You know him as a technician on the great CNBC show Trading Nation. Everybody knows that, right? But what you didn't know is that when he's not busy digging into his charts, he's actually mining Bitcoin. Craig Johnson's a chief market technician at Piper Jaffray. He joins us now. So you got how many rigs do you have going here?
Well, Melissa, it's definitely a hobby, right?
Okay.
My pure passion is the overall markets, and I enjoy stocks, bonds, commodities, and doing strategy work. But we do have a fair number of miners running, and it's been a nice father-son project that we've been doing for a little over a year now. So it's
on a hot day. Does the air conditioning get shut off, or do you keep the power going?
The air conditioner's never shut off. There's actually 2 units in the house, and it doesn't shut off. I mean, these units are hot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these units put out 4,500.
But in the winter, I'm sure you can derive the, your heating bill goes lower because of the mining equipment.
If I could put a greenhouse on the back of, places where we run these things, and that would be terrific, right? I'm sure some people could even heat their homes with Bitcoin miners. Because they do put out 4,500 BTUs of heat.
We're talking about that guy, right?
That's what I'm looking at.
Anyway, all right. This is all, I'm just fascinated by the fact that you do this on the side for a hobby. But back to what we're seeing here. What Bob was speaking to is really the lack of volatility. Lack of interest translates to lack of volatility in the coin. And that definitely coincides with the introduction of futures in December.
Correct.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think this is all the natural progression of any sort of new technology. Think back to the internet in the 1990s. I actually started a sunglass company when I came home from grad school in 1995. Everybody looked at me and said, "What are you doing creating a sunglass company? Who's going to buy anything on the internet?" And lo and behold, we now have something called Amazon out there that's much larger. And so from my perspective, this quiet period that Bob is mentioning is actually a good thing. You've had your parabolic advance. You're going through kind of a correction and a resetting of expectations. And that's where I think we're at. We saw that with the internet, and I think you're seeing that now with the cryptocurrencies.
So you are a technician, and you do have charts, of course.
Absolutely.
So walk us through the charts.
So if you take a look at the chart of Bitcoin, what we're seeing here is right now, we're seeing some pretty good support coming in around 6,000 on the chart of Bitcoin. You'll also note that we put a downward trending line on the chart, and you'll notice we started to reverse that downtrend on the chart. So from my perspective, it looks like we're trying to kind of wash out. Sentiment is washing out that Bob has talked to. You look at the chart here, and it looks like Bitcoin is sort of washing itself out at this point in time. So definitely like what I'm starting to see with this chart. It looks optimistic.
Craig, are you seeing any separation between Bitcoin and the other currencies? Again, charts only, because they've all been trading in lockstep.
In terms of the other cryptocurrencies, I think the real game going forward is not necessarily going to be Bitcoin, Litecoin, or those. I think that the real currencies going forward will be some of these alternative currencies. I think there's going to be more upside in some of those names. Coins that are focused on privacy, where you can actually mix the wallets together and kind of hide where you're moving money to and from. People want that anonymity. You got some countries like Monaco that's coming out with their own coin. A lot of billionaires there want a little privacy with their money. So they're doing some of these kind of things. Whether we like it or not, or agree with it, those things are happening. You also have storage coins that are out there that look pretty attractive to me too. So I think these alternatives are where the money's going to be at. And think about Bitcoin and Litecoin as really silver and gold. And they're just a store of value.
Okay. Craig, thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right. Karen, where do you stand on Bitcoin with this dampened volatility that we've been talking about? Are you bullish like Craig?
I am actually. I have some Bitcoin exposure. It's interesting to me. I really don't buy into the 6,000 is the cost of mining. However, if enough people believe 6,000 is the cost of mining, so it must be a floor.
That's fine by you.
Yeah. Okay. So that actually sort of seems to hold. I'm kind of surprised, but so that's interesting to me.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.